Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. It's a bit of a blowy day, but it is mild, a bit cloudy as you can see, and we're on another new permission. Brand new fields, they just keep on coming. It is tremendous. Huge amount of history. We're in a great big river valley. We're on a terrace above the river, above the floodplain, which is absolutely covered in crop marks. We've got Iron Age, we've got Bronze Age, we've got Neolithic. So we've got 6,000 years of human history in and around this area. So anything is possible. And yeah, we just have to give it a bash. I'm joined by camera shy Albert, who is behind me to my right hand side. And he's already had a Victorian penny from 1888. So a good sign, and hopefully some older stuff to come. Thanks as ever for the subscribers, and if you haven't already, then please hit that button. Right, let's go and see what treasures there are to be found. Well, there is my car, right there, and right here. Signal number 1. Now I'm right next to a gate, so that would tell me it's going to be a tin can or aluminium, and there it is. Hole number 1. No coin for me. That is a Coke can. Well, it's taken 10 minutes to get signal number 2. You might hear the geese. It's getting to that time of year. The geese are migrating into Scotland to overwinter. Pretty solid 86. Doesn't seem like a big target. And it might be a coin. Might be a coin. Well, we're out. There's something there. What is that? Oh, that's a bit of straw. We got a clod shot. We do, and I can see something right there. Ah, I thought it was going to be a coin. Oh, it might be. Oh, it might be. It's a coin. You beauty. We're straight in. 10 minutes, 1 coin. And it looks pretty old. It's got the right shape for maybe a farthing, which is a quarter of a penny, or a bobby, which is a sixpence from the 1600s. We'll give it a wee dry out. I'll get back to you in a wee minute. Well, it's a great start for the second hole, 10 minutes in on a brand new permission. Very difficult to see, but it is a bobby. It's a copper Scottish sixpence. This side, pretty toasted. Can't really see much there. I can't see any sort of pattern. But on the other side, I can just see a few letters just up here. C-A-R-O. Carolus. Charles. So this is either Charles I or Charles II. So it'll be 1625 to 1649 for Charles I, and he went to war with Oliver Cromwell and his new model army in Parliament and lost, and resulted in him being beheaded. And then in 1660 his son was restored after 11 years without us having a royal family. We were a republic for 11 years, and his son Charles II was restored in 1660, and he ruled till 1685. So it's one of the two of them, Charles I or Charles II. Pretty fantastic, and a lot of beer. A lot of beer. Probably 12, 15 pints of beer. But it was probably the type of alcohol that would have given you instant gut rot and probably turned you blind. But it's a coin, and it's from the 17th century. This time it's a wee target. 75, 15 minutes in. We're on hole number 3. Quite a quiet field, which isn't a bad thing. As long as the targets you're getting aren't complete junk. Ah, we've got something right there. It's either a coin or a button or nothing. Oh, it's not It's not a coin or a button. Well, it could be a button, I suppose. It could be a button. Let's turn that off. It could be a crudely made little button. Well, it's copper alloy. And I don't know, crudely made button or a crudely made washer. But either way, it's got a bit of age to it, been in the ground for a while. 17 minutes in, a lovely big high tone. 90, it could be a bottle top, could be a spendable, it could be Georgian coinage. Oh. Well, there's something big and round there. Look at that. Oh, I think we've got coin number 2. What a start. Now we've got an imprint. Kind of. I think that's going to be Georgian. I'll give it a wee gentle rub. But that looks to me like a Georgian coin all day long. So these copper coins, as I always say, you've got to just let them dry out. You can lose the surface of them if you wet them. So you just let it dry out. It'll take, with this wind, 4 or 5 minutes. And then I will give it a little burnish with the bendy thumb, and that will bring any detail that there is. And I think there might be a little bit of detail on there. Just the slightest look of maybe a letter or two and maybe some sort of design in the middle, and hopefully we can bring it to life. Might be a head starting to appear there. What do you think? Well, alas, pretty toasty. Just the merest of some letters on the outside edge, and on that side nothing doing really. Possibly a Britannia on there, but looking at the thickness, the fact it's perfectly round, I think it's going to be George III. George III halfpenny, 1760 to 1820, I'm guessing. So, pretty good find. Happy with that. 25 minutes in, and I probably spent 5 minutes polishing that last coin for not a lot. 75, 74. Could be a wee button, a wee bit of copper. No lead yet. Which is surprising, although that's sounding a bit tinny now, I have to say. Nice easy soil to dig, which is great after... Well, there it is there. Which is great after Albert's field. Oh, we've got a thing. We've got a thing with gold gilding on it. Sorry, gilding on it. I don't really want to bend it because it's going to snap. I think it's a lost cause anyway. I think it's going to snap. Well, look at that. Well, that is interesting. There is no way I'm going to be able to straighten that without it snapping though. But it is a thing, and it's an interesting thing, so I'll get back to you in a wee minute. I'll see what I can do. Well, it was barely hanging on by a thread, and unfortunately it snapped. But it was never not going to snap. Surprised it was actually even still together again, but it's almost certainly there's been another one going out here. I'll have a wee scan around just in case the missing piece is here, but you can see it's been gold gilded, or gilded, sorry, gilded. It's got a hole in the middle, so it's been mounted on something. Wood, possibly some sort of decoration around a drawer pole maybe, piece of furniture, or something leather related, but it's clearly been something of fairly high status. The back has also been gilded, which seems slightly strange. So that would make you think that it was visible from both sides maybe, because why would you bother gilding the back? But I don't know. Date wise, Georgian, Victorian, but let me know in the comments below. I like that. Very nice wee find. Look at that. 6 feet away, I found it. The missing piece. So who knows, maybe it's been centuries since these bits have been reconnected. And there you go, it's like a little, almost like a little snowflake, isn't it? Beautiful. If you know what it is, then let me know in the comments below. This one was a 4753. Sounded a bit junky, but I've just spotted a gold. 2 bits of gold. Well, that's a weird looking thing. Maybe another furniture related something. Give it a wee gentle rub. Well, we've got gold on copper, but it's a strange looking thing. A strange looking thing. Not a massively good readout for something that I would expect to be pretty good readout, but not sure yet what that is. Let me give it a wee dry out and I'll get back to you. It might be another furniture related item. Oh well, it's about as close as I've got to gold for quite some time. So greenish coming through, so it's been plated, gold plated or gold gilded, or just gilded. There's a pin here, another pin there, circular in shape. I thought furniture fitting, but Albert's just suggested, could it be off a pocket watch? And I think he might be right. I think it might be yet another watch, which would be 4 watches in 4 weeks, potentially. But I think it is. I think it's the back of a gold plated or gilded pocket watch. Don't think it quite counts as a gold find, but still, let me know in the comments below. What a day. 35 minutes in. And this one was a 78, but with an iron tone. That is an iron tone. And that's now a 70-71. So, we're out. A clawed shot. Not in there. Somewhere in here. It's pretty hard packed. Oh, there's something there which looks kinda coppery. And it is. I think it's a wee ring. It is a ring. It's a ring that's folded in half. It looks plain and circular. I don't see any decoration or writing coming through. So not sure about that one. Might be something agricultural, it might be something decorative, but let me know in the comments below. The stubble's a little bit longer. Let me just get you out the wind. The stubble is a little bit longer, so I've changed over to the deep program, the custom deep program based on the relic, and we've got a signal straight away. Somewhere. There. 89, 90, it's definite bottle top or Georgian coinage. And there's something round or half round there. No, it's round. Oh, I think it's pretty shallow, and it's coin number 3, I think, or 4. 3 or 4. Almost thought it was gold gilded there for a second. It's just the way the mud's dried on, I think. Well, there's going to be something. Oh, there is something. Look, there you go. Georgius. So it's probably going to be one of the Georgies. It's a bit of an uneven shape. This could be an earlier one. It could be George I or George II. Now let me dry it out and get back to you. While I'm waiting on mine drying out, Albert's let out a big squeal. He's got a ancient treasure. Oh yeah, a bit of bronze anyway. Definitely old bronze or copper alloy. I did say Bronze Age metal working. Yeah, there's a good bit of weight in that, isn't there? Good bit of age in that. You can normally just tell how old some metals are because they just go this certain colour when they've been in the ground for a while, but I think it might be a wee drop off from metalworking. But yeah, could potentially be thousands of years old. Hopefully they were making some axe heads and they dropped some of them too. Well, the reverse is a wee bit disappointing. I think that's Britannia seated just here. That's the shield right there. And I did have my suspicions that it was a George I or George II. And look at that. It is a George II, because George I looks right, George II looks left, and then George III looks to the right. And you can just see up here 1-1 for George II. So this is a halfpenny. George II was on the throne from 1727 to 1760. Right during the Bonnie Prince Charlie Jacobite uprisings. He sent his son, the Duke of Cumberland, who forever in the Highlands of Scotland has been known as the Butcher Cumberland, for the genocide committed against the clans. You can actually see Rex there as well for King Georgius II Rex, King George II. And yeah, he sent his son, the Duke of Cumberland, to defeat the Jacobites, Bonnie Prince Charlie, his distant cousin, at the Battle of Culloden in the 16th of April 1746. So this is sort of right in the middle, the battle was right sort of during the middle of his reign. He died in 1760, and George II was actually succeeded by George III, who was his grandson, not his son, because his son Frederick, the Prince of Wales, had died about 9 years earlier, around about 1750. He had died unexpectedly, not that they got on particularly well anyway. But George II is actually the last British monarch to fight in a battle. He fought during the Austrian War of Succession, back in the 1740s, 30s, 40s. And there was a battle, I think it was called something like Detteringham or Duddingham, or and he fought, he led the army. So the last British monarch to take part in a battle. After that, they're generally as far behind the front line as possible. Brilliant, nice coin from the early part of the 18th century, or middle part of the 18th century. Fantastic. Got a wee 15-minute spell of not a lot happening, and we've got a wee 51 here. Definite four-hole button territory, I would say. Might have just seen a flash of green on the surface there as it turned over. Maybe. Oh, there is, right there. That's a shotgun cap. Oh well, didn't even need to dig. An old brass shotgun cap. I almost missed this one because I was doing that line there and my swing just got a tiny little hint of a noise. I backtracked a few steps. And a pretty loud 80, 81. Take a wee brick out for a change. Might be the dreaded aluminium, you know. Oh, right. See if it's in there. It is. So it's been a deep one. Not convinced, but as ever, happy to be proved wrong, and unfortunately I'm not. It is the dreaded aluminium. Well, only my second bit, so I can't complain. An absolute screamer of a target. 84. And we're right on top of an Iron Age crop mark, which is roundhouses, settlement, souterrains, all sorts of things going on. And we're also within eye shot of a Roman fort and camp. So who knows what we could discover here. Probably tin cans, but we live in hope. 84. It would be nice to get something old, wouldn't it? Take two. No, still a lovely, sweet sound. I'd be surprised if it was aluminium. But now it sounds like aluminium. So maybe it is just deep aluminium. We're out. We're out. There's iron in the hole as well. I think this is unfortunately going to be junk. But a big Roman gold coin would be most welcome. There it is. It's round. That's a penny. Well, it's not the Roman coin I was hoping for, but it's a coin. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria Bunhead, I think. Have we got a date? 1886. Fantastic. I think that's coin number 4 or 5. Very smooth. And as I said before, you could post a stamp, penny black, which Victoria was the first ever monarch in history to feature on a postage stamp. And I should add, the adhesive postage stamp was invented by a Scotsman. Fantastic. It's been very, very slow for the last half hour. Thinking about jumping into the neighbouring field, which is also stubble, and I've got permission for. And so far, the Roman and Iron Age stuff has eluded me. This could well be aluminium. But I've got to film it, just to make sure. We're out. I thought I might have just seen a wee glimpse of greenery, which would be nice because that would mean it's not aluminium. There. Yes, there is. Oh, it's a shotgun cap. Damn. Well, I've decided to go with a two-parter because I think I've done quite a bit of filming. I've got a pocket full of finds. So this is going to be the end of part 1. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And part 2 will be coming up soon. So go and have a look. Well, there might not be a part 2 if I don't find anything. But hopefully I will. Right, thanks for watching. And hopefully we'll see you on part 2.